And in this video, I am breaking down season 2, episode number 7, titled Mind Over Matter. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my Zatima content and conversations, because we have good ones on this channel. Now, without further ado, let's get into this breakdown. This episode is an interesting one, starting off with Fatima running in on ZAC using the side chick, going ahead and getting it in because he still got his cravings. And I do think that that was a very funny scene. I enjoyed having that moment because that to me is what it felt like for them to just be in a normal relationship without all the hyper drama that we have been seeing play out over the course of both seasons of Zatima as well as Sisters. I'm like, okay, these are the moments that are like at the core of their relationship, and them playing and ZAC talking about it's the best pussy I ever had, and then her hitting him with the pillow. It's like, okay, these are the moments that I can deal with versus all this other extra stuff that has been coming in and attempting to dismantle their entire relationship. But the crux of this episode is, what are they going to do in their relationship? ZAC goes to Tony for advice. Fatima goes to the therapist that Paul recommends, and Paul happens to be in the therapist's office, y'all. I ain't gonna hold you, like I just feel like in another time, I really want to see what could happen with Fatima and Paul. And don't get me wrong, Zachary, I want the best for you, babes. I need you to get into therapy and start healing, because you're getting away with murder pretty much, and I don't like that. But I like you. So I want to hope for the best for you, but I also don't want that to come by way of sacrificing Fatima and grounding her down to a damn nub like you did my good sis Carm. And over the course of this relationship, and then y'all go y'all separate ways anyway. Come to find out, she done already ran into the man that could have been the man of her dreams, like, or at least the dream moment. I don't know, y'all. Something about Paul and his energy, it's just like, I feel like Fatima deserves, like, she deserves an attentive, aggressive in the best ways. Like, ZAC is like macho man aggressive, but I feel like Paul is like, how's your heart posture aggressive? How are you feeling? What are you thinking? What's on your mind aggressive? What made you smile today aggressive? Like, it's just different. I don't know if I'm doing a good job of explaining it, but it's just different. And when I see him, I'm just like, I kind of want my good sister to experience that. And y'all, I have been wanting ZAC to step up and be able to provide, but if he ain't going to do it, somebody else will. Like, what do you want from us? But anyway, Paul is there and he makes the official introduction of face to face, and Fatima goes in and talks to the therapist. And I'm gonna talk about this first because it's so interesting. There's this random guy posted on like one of my videos, Zatima videos before, comment of like, you was doing all right with the video, but then your feminist agenda got in the way. And I'm just like, my feminist agenda, because I said that ZAC was dead ass wrong for being in that house with Deja while she's naked and with a towel, like she's in a bathtub and doing all this. Meanwhile, Fatima can't get her tire changed by a guy without ZAC going crazy. How was that a feminist agenda? But regardless, I don't give a damn. Go find some misogynists to follow and leave me the hell alone. Like, I think that the moment that these type of men stop running from accountability and walk into their greatness, they will finally realize that like their better life, their better selves was literally on the other side of like the unknown and uncomfortability of just standing in a goddamn truth. There is nothing wrong with standing 10 toes down in your fucked up season, in your raggedy season. Like, realizing there's power in realizing how raggedy you are, how trifling you are, how toxic you can be, how problematic you can be. Like, nobody is perfect, and I am never speaking from a place, and I never like to say never because I don't want to speak in absolutes, but I believe that I don't speak from a place of like, oh, Fatima is perfect. That is not the case at all. However, ZAC is the biggest problem within their relationship. Fatima's issues, which this comes up in the conversation in this episode, and I really enjoy watching it play out. Fatima's issues to me take a backseat to ZAC's issues, because her biggest issues in the relationship is how much she's conceding. Yes, she has insecurities, but that's exasperated by the fact that ZAC is putting her in positions to be insecure. She's also conceding way too much. She's bending way too much. She's doing way too much to ZAC, and that is where her issues lie. That is where the the thing that I think that the therapist is going to uncover in reference to her. And I think it's a testament to the therapist providing his backstory of like his first marriage did not work because he actually did the work and his wife did not, his ex-wife did not, and that helped him realize that he didn't need to be with her. I have said this before. Fatima prays, Fatima journals, Fatima takes a second to process. ZAC has none of these resources, none of these coping mechanisms built into himself. So he has not started to do the work. He struggles with accountability. He's highly defensive. He's highly volatile. Those are just facts. I am not a feminist because I say that those are the things that this character, the characteristics that this character is displaying. But you know, this video ain't a clap back for some raggedy comments, but I just wanted to be very clear because I thought it was poignant in how this is the conversation that Tyler Perry is ushering in. So the therapist is like talking to Fatima, and I like how he was going back and forth with her of like, okay, I get that you think that ZAC has issues, but like, what are yours? And she's like, none. And yes, y'all, there is something to say about her thinking that she has no issues. I think that she can't see it because her literal issue is how much she's trying to make this work, how bendy she's going to be and bending over backwards to make ZAC's baby mamas okay, and him having all these baby mamas okay, and running with the SEC okay, and him not cutting off Deja and like playing around with her okay, and like having her move in and not figuring out a better way to get out of it. Like all of those things are literally going to be the things that I think that the therapist unearths in reference to her, adding to them not having a healthy situation. However, I do agree with Fatima in like, ZAC isn't the only problem, but he's the biggest problem because his lack of emotional maturity, his lack of emotional intelligence, his insecurities, and a lot of the trauma that comes from his lack of love from his mama is pushing him and has pushed him in every relationship that he has been in thus far to make certain decisions that create a toxic environment. So it creates a space for Fatima, who has issues with insecurity and trust, to lean into that because you do things that are not trustworthy. You do things that pedestalize women. You have women coming out of the woodwork that you have smashed, and instead of standing in it, atoning for it, being accountable for it, you want people to just forget and forgive as if nothing ever happened before you even address it. And I'm actually like, I don't like the idea of like the therapist coming to dinner as a secret. However, it has been shown on Sisters as well as with Zatima that Fatima can only get things from ZAC or get him to see certain things if she tricks him. Again, this just points to his lack of maturity and lack of being able to meet her where she's at in this relationship. My God. And honestly, the red flag is Fatima, like, girl, you feeling the need or knowing that you have to do this should be a red flag, and you should realize like, yo, I'm a part of the problem in that I'm actually willing to trick this man into going to therapy. But you know, it's life and things happen, and sometimes we got to do some things for the people that we love, especially when we're not ready to give up on them. But I would love it if any men who are watching my videos save your breath and coming to attack me about my opinion, because you could simply just not watch, or you can look at this man being displayed on screen and call a thing. And like, ZAC can be a cool person but then have shitty tendencies and make toxic decisions. Two things can be damn true, and you're not betraying your manhood if you actually can own up to that and see that. Okay, now over on ZAC's side of things, now I want to take a second to call out everybody who's rooting for Tony, because I knew his ass I knew his ass was trash. The moment that Tony got the chance to try to help Nathan slide Fatima up under the bus, and y'all, they're still on this whole Fatima got a dating profile. If she did, she would not be trying to date your ass, Nathan. Best believe. Ain't nothing. You know what? I'm not gonna read that, man. I'm not gonna do it. Calm it down, Erica. Okay. We found it. She wouldn't be coming for you. And like Nathan, to me, he played a 50 too much. He want to be the cool bro that got ZAC back and support him, gonna support his relationship, gonna call Nate out. But then the moment that something look a little bit fishy, he like, yeah, let it go. And I'm going go along with it. No, you don't stand 10 toes down enough for me. And also, you ain't got no damn lady your damn self, but you got all of this stuff that you want to say. His advice to ZAC was complete and utter trash. Like, yes, in theory, go where your peace is and protect your peace and all that. But ZAC is his own disruption. Like, he is his own drama. Fatima is literally not bringing any of this drama to ZAC's life. ZAC comes with drama. He can't get away from it because it's in his ass right now. And instead of as his friend being able to point that out and note all of the various moments in his life where this stuff has like surrounded him and it could be him and it's not somebody else, you take the easy road out and be like, yeah, bro, it ain't you. Might as well just go ahead and go your separate ways. Because lo and behold, you and Nathan have been plotting behind ZAC's back where people can hear you at the barbershop talking about how you gonna break up ZAC and Fatima. The fact that two grown-ass men are conspiring to break up another grown-ass man's relationship, it's like y'all need to find something to do. Pick up a crochet or knitting needle or something if you're gonna be a bunch of bitches, if you ask me. That was very, that was not nice to say. But you know what? I meant it. And I'll deal with the fallout later. Yes, men knit as well. And it could be some very horrid, dope-ass men who knit. But for the purposes of this and the visual I wanted to display, sit y'all little catty asses up and knit something. Versus trying to come after this relationship. Now, I am not all for ZAC and how he is showing up for Fatima and actually not showing up for Fatima in many ways. But what I'm not going to stand for is two grown-ass men trying to come for this relationship as if they don't already have it hard. Like, be for real. Nathan, you need to figure out how to save your marriage or go off and be a better person and or both. And Tony, you need to find somebody or something to do. Because both of y'all are giving pathetic. And I don't use that word lightly. But ZAC winds up getting advice. I don't know if that is actually Tony's dad, because I can't remember what his damn dad looked like, but it's the man at the barbershop. And he's like, yo, you need to go to wisdom if you want wisdom. You can't be listening to these other young boys who don't have it figured out, which is right, which is true. And I love that he flipped it back on ZAC of like, are you sure it's her? Because while ZAC is saying it's all her, Fatima's saying it's all him, both of the people who they go to like reflect and get advice from pointed back to them. And I like that. I like, you know, people being able to have conversations and like, all right, I get how you feel, you're valid in your feelings, but also what is your part to play in this? And I think that that's what both the dude at the barbershop as well as the therapist is trying to do. And that is a very healthy way to look at everything. Again, I don't believe that Fatima is perfect. I do think that she comes to the table with her stuff. And it's unfortunate that the match they have, that her negative things are getting amplified because of the situations that ZAC's negative things are bringing. You know, I don't think she would have this problem if she was with Paul. But that's a conversation for another video. Now, in this episode, there's also a big offer on the table, basically a $6 million building holding a bunch of units. And Valerie comes over and tells Bryce about it, and ZAC walks in, and Bryce really wants to jump on it. I'm like, Bryce, haven't y'all decided to dissolve this whole damn partnership? ZAC don't want nothing to do with you. He coming in here being immature as fuck. At this point, I'm like, ZAC, work from home, because if y'all gonna break up this business anyway, why do you keep coming in the office playing on this damn computer until your goofy ass friends come and then you just run out anyway? You'll never be getting no work done. You probably be on Instagram on your computer the whole damn time. Like, you're not doing anything, sir. And I think that he's also dragging his feet to end this partnership with Bryce, because he know good and damn well he couldn't be able to do it on his own, because he don't know what the hell he doing. Now, Bryce, what I will say is you're not gonna pressure somebody to come up with $6 million, sir, just because you want it to happen and because you got $1 million. And I love the dangling of the Garrett carrot over ZAC, like, well, I'm gonna take it to Gary. Well, Gary got the money, go ahead and do it. I'm not pressed to be in business with you. And I wasn't mad at ZAC for that. I also don't necessarily know how I feel about Bryce, and I know he doesn't have borderline personality disorder, or it hasn't been described or shown to us yet, but I don't like how he gets into these little pissy moves and he be getting all snarky randomly. Like, people who go from like, oh my God, I just want to support you, bro, oh my God, yes, it's everything, until really, I don't know, like real quick, like, I don't know if I described that well, but I don't trust that. I don't trust the people who can like flip a switch and can't keep their composure and get mad, irritated real quick because why you so smiley, and so Zach tells your ass no, and it's honestly because he can't afford it. He don't have $6 million. He ain't got $2 million. He barely got $1 million now because he only made, I think, $1 million off of that thing. Y'all done already bought houses. Y'all done got this damn this office. He don't have as much money as you have, Bryce. And the fact that Zach says no to that, he gets all pissy. And I'm like, so what you gonna do? Beat him up? Or you gonna get your ass beat up because you want to press up on him again about some stuff that you can't actually, like, you can't back it up. Let it go. Go find somebody else. Ain't you still working full time at Gary's firm? Like, why are you even here in the middle of the damn day? You supposed to be moonlighting over here. I don't know, y'all. I'm wanting to like be on Bryce's side and support him because I understand the importance of like the coming out story and his bisexual story that's about to play out, and I want to like really understand it, but I don't like how his character is moving as a person, like aside from his sexuality, right, or preferences. I don't like him as a like I'm starting to not like him as a person, which is making me check out of his whole story, if that makes sense. Now, the episode ends with Zach deciding to run with Tony and Nate to go and catch Fatima trying to hook up with Nate in a stairwell at the office. And I'm just like, y'all go ahead and enjoy y'all's food mission. But now it's your turn. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about the episode. How you feeling about Zatima as of right now? And what did you think about what I thought? Keep it respectful. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.